Assalāmu alaykum wa rahmatullāhi wa barakātuh. Peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah be upon you. Tonight, we journey into one of the greatest mysteries ever revealed to mankind. A verse that the Prophet ﷺ called the greatest verse in the Book of Allah. A verse that speaks of Allah's throne, His majesty, His power, and His dominion. This is the story of AL-KURSI, but not just the verse, the hidden truth behind it, and the divine secrets it unveils about Allah's throne. Sit back, let the world around you grow silent, and enter the realm of the unseen. It was a quiet night in Medina. The companions sat in the mosque, listening to the revelation descend on the heart of Muhammad ﷺ, a revelation unlike anything they had heard before. The atmosphere changed. A peaceful stillness filled the air, as though the heavens themselves were lowering to the earth. Then the words came, slow, majestic, each syllable vibrating with the power of the one who created existence. The companions would later say, when Ayatul-Kursi was revealed, every idol on earth fell on its face, for this was no ordinary verse. It was a declaration of Allah's absolute sovereignty. And now, listen to it, the greatest verse in the Qur'an, Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 255, Ayatul-Kursi. Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum. Allah, there is no deity except Him, the ever-living, the sustainer of all existence. لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم. Neither drowsiness nor sleep overtakes Him. له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. To Him belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth. من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه. Who is it that can intercede with Him except by His permission? يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم. He knows what lies before them and what lies behind them. ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء. They do not encompass anything of His knowledge except what He wills. وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض. His kursi extends over the heavens and the earth. ولا يؤوده حفظهما. Preserving them does not tire Him. وهو العلي العظيم. And He is the Most High, the Most Great. Pause for a moment. Allow these words to settle into your chest. This verse is not just recited, it is felt. Many Muslims know the verse. Few understand its depth. When Allah says, وَسِعَ كُرْسِيُّهُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ, His kursi extends over the heavens and the earth. Most people think the kursi means the throne. But the scholars of Tafsir tell us something astonishing. The kursi is not the throne, al-arsh. It is beneath the throne, and its size is beyond imagination. Ibn Abbas, radiyallahu anhu, the greatest mufassir of the companions, said, the kursi is the place of the feet of Allah, and the throne is greater than the kursi, like the desert compared to a small ring. Imagine a ring. Now throw it into a vast desert. The ring becomes nothing in comparison. That is the relationship between the kursi and the throne, al-arsh. And the heavens and the earth? They are like a drop in the size of the kursi. Now imagine the throne. the greatest of all creation. Allah describes His throne in several verses. In Surah Al-Mu'minun 23 verse 116, He says, فَتَعَالَى اللَّهُ الْمَلِكُ الْحَقِّ. Exalted is Allah, the true King. In Surah Hud 11 verse 7, He reveals, وَكَانَ عَرْشُهُ عَلَى الْمَاءِ. And His throne was upon the water. Meaning, before the creation of the heavens, before the creation of the earth, before the angels, before light, before time, there was only Allah and His throne. The Prophet ﷺ said, the throne is above the heavens and Allah is above His throne. Authentic. And yet, He is closer to you than your jugular vein. Qur'an 50:16. This is the majesty of Allah, above all creation, yet nearer than anything you could imagine. The Prophet ﷺ said, whoever recites AL-KURSI after every obligatory prayer, nothing stands between him and paradise except death. And he said, recite AL-KURSI at night, and Allah will send a guardian over you, and no devil will come near you until morning. It is a shield, a protection, a fortress of light. It is not merely words, it is a statement of Allah's absolute power. Ubay ibn Ka'b radiyallahu anhu, one of the greatest reciters of Qur'an, was asked by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Ya Ubay, which verse is the greatest in the book of Allah? Without hesitation, he replied, Ayatul-Kursi. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam struck his chest and said, congratulations for this knowledge, O Ubay. Why is it the greatest? Because every single phrase inside it speaks only about Allah Himself, His name, His life, His power, His knowledge, His kingdom, His throne, His authority, His protection, His greatness. No other verse gathers so many attributes of Allah in one place. In this verse, Allah tells us, لَهُ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَا فِي الْأَرْضِ. To Him belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth. This means every star, every planet, every galaxy, every atom, every soul, every angel, every breeze, every heartbeat, all belong to Him. Nothing moves except by His permission. No leaf falls except He knows it. Qur'an 6:59. The seven heavens? The Prophet ﷺ told us, the seven heavens compared to the Kursi are like a ring thrown into a desert. Now think, if the heavens are like a ring and the Kursi is like the desert, then what of the throne? What is the measure of Allah's greatness? Human minds stop here. Hearts tremble. Tongues fall silent. Ayatul-Kursi is not simply recitation. It is recognition. Recognition that Allah never sleeps. Allah never weakens. Allah needs no guardian. Allah is above everything. Allah maintains the entire universe effortlessly. When you recite it with understanding, you enter a state of spiritual clarity. You realize that every fear you carry, every worry, every enemy, every danger, every whisper of shaitan becomes insignificant next to the one who says, وَلَا يَؤُودُهُ حِفْظُهُمَا. Guarding the heavens and the earth,
guarding the heavens and the earth does not tire him. So remember, when you recite Ayat al-Kursi at night, you are not just reading a verse, you are declaring that Allah alone lives without beginning, sustains without effort, knows without limit, rules without rival, and protects without being asked. You are placing your soul under the guardianship of the Lord, whose throne is above the 7 heavens and whose mercy reaches every corner of existence. May Allah make Ayat al-Kursi a light on your tongue, a shield in your home, and a companion in your grave. Wa Assalāmu alaykum wa rahmatullāhi wa barakātuh.